You ready?
Oh yeah, good evening Lagos. How are we doing today? And very very sure that some of us are still on the traffic and some of us are home already. Once again, good evening and thank you so much. Thank you so much for always being part of this show. Security247 on Echo 89.7 FM. My name is Sirimi Richard Amoa, and with me is our man, regular Bolaji Ogumola. Bro, how you doing?
Very well. Thank you very much, Richard.
Okay. How's it been today?
Good. We're fine.
The rain.
Still on it. Yeah, so for me it's fine. I was actually in the office throughout. I was
Okay.
just play.
Okay.
As well as we have our roles to play. So government has played their role in terms of constructing or rehabilitating the road, as the case may be. Depends on what they are doing in your area. Now, what's important is that with arrangement with your immediate government establishment, which is a local government that is closest to you, you need to take ownership of your road. If you need to, close to my house, I saw people building bumps on the road. Of course, I know they must have taken permission from necessary authorities before they start doing that. Now, I was happy to see, whenever I see anything that improves security, it's like $1 million in my account, right? I was happy to see that because over time, we've heard that there have been accidents on that road. So what that means is that with the speed breakers, accidents will reduce.
That's right.
It's that simple. It is that simple.
Okay.
If you have any road, whichever way it connects, that the government has built or rehabilitated that road, whatever they must have done there, take ownership of the road. Of course, meet local government from your CDA. Approach the local government based on this. You won't take over the ownership of the road. Maybe by applying street gates, maybe by mounting a security post somewhere at the junction. Ikeja GRA Resident Association, they are doing it already. They are working inside the entire GRA in Ikeja, and you see their security officers deployed at Shogunle, at Ladipo, at Leventis, at Nitel. You see them deployed there. So, and I'm sure they are reporting, they have a reporting system. So if there's anything wrong they see, they could easily report to whoever and the information will be disseminated.
Okay.
That is security.
That's right.
That is security.
Need for us to take ownership of everything that government has done in our community.
Absolutely.
You mentioned gated streets. That's another area I want us to look at. I really hope that a lot of communities are not selfish with this gate thing, because the essence, but thank God that traffic has actually have reduced for some time right now, and we all know the reason. But for emergency's sake, when you have two gates, instead of locking it down, there's need to do what, Bolaji? There's need to have security men to mount that gate. So security men must really and really do what?
Man the gate.
Man the gate. So I'm going to say again, if you're just joining us, Security247 on Echo 89.7 FM, Richard Amoa and Bolaji. We are here, and our goal today is to look at some issues around things happening in Lagos. And don't forget, this show is powered by Lagos State Government. The aim and the objective is to do what? To encourage you and to educate you and to support you. Bolaji, I want us to discuss about security guards. I want us to discuss about security guards, that people that watch over the facilities and how they are underpaying these guys. I've seen what's it called, a trend or a video that trended about how some men came into an estate and how security men, guards just opened the gate for them and just walked in and other stuff. But Ajay, you are an intelligent officer, a retired army officer. Currently, you're a security consultant. I want us to do justice to this matter. Are we underpaying guards? Are we giving the guards the proper training we're supposed to give them? The people managing security companies, are they being encouraged like it is done in South Africa and in some other African country? Why is guards not working with the public security agency? Because these guards They are numerous. They are in every nook and cranny.
Yeah.
Why are they not working with the police, the army, the UPMESA, to give them information as to what is going on? This is over to you.
Thank you very much. So the first thing is, let's take ownership as security service providers. Let's take ownership to say that, assuming I own a security company, it is my responsibility to ensure that my guards are properly trained.
Okay.
It is when my guards are properly trained that they can do the job for which I sent them. That's when they can do the job for which client is paying.
Okay.
So let's take ownership to say we have the duty to train our guards. According to NSCDC, when I was working with a security company, I wouldn't mention their name now. According to NSCDC standard, a trainee must undergo 21 topics in security, the likes of access control, search, patrol, crime prevention, surveillance, and all that. 21 before that person can be called a guard. So it's our duty to ensure that that is done in the area of training.
Okay.
Now, going to clients.
Because security is more than opening and closing gates.
Oh yes. Now, going to the client, trust me, and I make bold to say, some organizations does not even know what they want. I've attended interviews where they call, for instance, CSO, and I see that the role that person will play is not even a CSO role. I've assisted people in recruitment when they say they want security supervisor. At the end of the day, I will tell them what you need is not a supervisor but a patrol officer. At the end of the day, you see that you will see, if you see job functions, if you see requirement for a job, they will be telling you they want a security, maybe a security manager who is not up to 35 years, who has 10 years experience. How on earth would you have bred someone, or how on earth would someone have grown to become a security manager, not just by name? I mean a qualified security manager who can write and make policies, who knows statutory laws, who know what he should know,
who will be the management team,
who will be a management team, who will know consciously who he should report to and who he should not report to. I also make bold to say that some security managers are reporting to facility manager, or facility managers, as the case may be. Some security managers are reporting to head of HR. I disrespectfully told an head of HR, so I cannot report to you. I'm sitting here in an interview with 18 certificates and certifications. I'm sure you don't even have one. In an interview, and I walked away. That sounds like it's rude, but the thing is, tomorrow I will now be reporting to that man. I'll be telling him what we need to do in security.
And he doesn't understand.
He will not even understand. And when he doesn't understand, he will not pass the right message. And when he's not passing the right message, the people he's talking to will not see it as his deficiency. They will see it as my own. No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay, but we're going to come back to that. Security247 on Echo 89.7 FM. Richard Amoa is my name. I'm Bolaji Ogumola, Prince Bolaji Ogumola, the OBJ of Security. So in case you want to know, this program is powered by Lagos State Government, and we want to let you know that in Lagos City, life is alive, and Security247 is a citizen security safety drive on Echo FM here. And we also want to let you know that when you see something, you say something. I will always tell you, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to say it. You are the one representing Lagos State Government in your community. So we say Lagos cares, and we are reaching the sky when it comes to security. And that's why Mr. Governor will tell you that he will do everything possible to make sure that every Lagosian sleep with their two eyes closed. So in Lagos State, security and safety is our priority. The government cares, and that's the key and safety to everything we do. So I need to let you know again that in your community, going to be the eyes of the police, going to be the eyes of all the security agencies there. I will always tell you that united we stand, together we are strong as Lagosians. Bolaji, coming back to this issue of guards.
Yes.
I need us to look at, because a lot of people have complained.
Okay. So
that guards are not being paid properly.
Can I unleash what? centered around the lack of knowledge by even the clients.
Take it again.
The lack of
No,
knowledge.
start again.
The need, I mean, the issue of guards being underpaid,
Underpaid.
security guards being underpaid,
Yeah.
it is due to the lack of knowledge of
Of the clients.
the clients. Trust me, there are some companies, and it, you see, when we now want to say what is not right, and we say that's Nigeria for you, it hurts me to my bone marrow. Because for God's sake, Nigerians are not, we're not sick people. We know what is right. When it comes to this, multinationals will not underpay their guys.
True.
Because that man who is an expatriate, who is coming from his country, knows how much a guard is earning in his country.
Bolaji, I run a security company, you know that. I sent a proposal to a client as we speak, and I gave him 80,000 naira per guard. Do you know what he told me? You want to pay a guard 80,000 naira? Like a guard is not human. That's a guard does not have a family. In Lagos here. And I told him, sir, I said, that's not all. You're going to pay 25% administrative charge. He was looking at me. Say, sir, if you cannot take 40,000 naira.
Can you imagine?
And I told him, sir, out of this 40,000 naira, government stipulated that we give guards 60% and 40% for us to run the business.
Not even minding HMO and other things.
The insurance and every other thing. I say, if you pay a guard, if you pay me 40,000 naira,
How much
will I pay a guard?
How much will be my own service charge?
And you want to sleep with your eyes
in
closed.
the case of liability,
Yes.
how much will you? How can you bear liability?
Exactly.
So that I wouldn't say that man is stingy. I mean, that organization is stingy. I would rather say they don't even know what they are doing.
That's my
so
point.
This is it. In risk assessment,
Yeah.
the first thing to do is estimate or evaluate what the worth of that organization is.
Okay.
So if you tell me to come and deploy guard to Eco FM, and I know that everything, the human and the equipment, everything that makes up the facility in a hotel is worth 1 billion. Why will you not pay a guard 150,000 per month?
Or if you have a house that worth 100 million, 60 million, and you are not paying a guard 40,000.
I have a couple of guys feel like OBJ of security. How much do you think I say no now? You cannot just call.
Exactly. We have to look at your property.
Go get your service providers. Let them do a risk assessment. It is with that they will even determine the number of people needed for the facility. They plan their relief and whichever way they want to do it, and they will now tell you how much. But because they only look at money, they are not looking at the security implications. They are not looking at the liability.
They are not looking at
they are not looking at any other thing. They only look at money. So if you cannot pay a guard 80,000 in Lagos, in the first place, how do you even want to help them rationalize that 80,000?
Even that 80,000 is even enough?
Are you accommodating them?
Exactly.
Are you feeding them?
And the community
Are you providing mobility for them? The answer is no. We have seen organizations that even provide feeding, one-time feeding for their staff and not security.
And again, I realized that a lot of organizations treat guard differently from their staff.
That's what I just told you now.
You pay your staff as early as on the 25th, 23rd, later. Or you don't even pay to the...
Even food. Even some guards cannot go to the reception and take water from the dispenser. I know. Now, I know. So the thing is, it's a two-way thing. As that, by the way, I wouldn't even run a security company and do man guarding. I will not. All the people doing man guarding, I pray for grace for them every now and then. Sincerely speaking, it is even too expensive to manage, right?
Yeah.
However, I will also turn it the other way around. If you are a security guard and you are hearing us now, and you are happy that we are saying you are being underpaid, I will also ask you, what's the level of training you've had?
Exactly.
How well have you developed yourself? I was in the army earning 33,000 naira. My first course was 97,000. When I told my Oga, Major Abo, military police officer, it was like, Bolaji, how are you doing this? I said, Oga, for tomorrow's sake.
That's right.
And by the grace of God, I'm freaking enjoying it.
And I need to say this too. I started as a guard in Lagos.
Oh, yeah.
I started as a guard in Lagos here. And because I felt that someday I need to have enough for myself.
Of course.
I had to go back to school.
So what they look at is that the money is not enough now. And I always tell them,
they don't prepare themselves.
When I'm introducing costs to them, I tell them, the money that is not enough for you now, as a single man who is not married, will never be enough for you when you marry and have children. I always tell them, but you know, they're always looking at what. And I also make bold to say that when people approach me for training, I'll tell them, let's give ourselves 6 months. And even during when we're employing. So it's for us to get it right, so that they don't underprice us. If the company wants to underprice me, I walk away from the interview, man.
Security247 on Echo 89.7 FM. Richard Amoa and Bolaji here. We're discussing about maintaining security and safety in Lagos State, and we're looking at guard situation today. And we're gonna go on a quick music break. When we come back, we are going to fire more because we really need to get the guards themselves to understand that they need to be somewhere
absolutely
better.
Absolutely.
Guys, don't touch the dial, we'll be back.